U.S. election 2020, Trump and Biden duel in critical state of Florida. U.S. President Donald Trump and his Democratic White House challenger Joe Biden have held dueling rallies in the critical election state of Florida. Mr. Biden told supporters, "You hold the power. If Florida goes blue, Democratic, it's over." Celebrating soaring economic figures, Mr. Trump, a Republican, said of his rival, "He's going to lock you down." With just 5 days to go until Election Day, Mr. Biden has a solid lead nationally in opinion polls. But his advantage looks less assured in the battleground states, such as Florida, that will decide who ultimately wins the White House. More than 80 million people have already voted, 52 million of them by mail, setting the U.S. on course for its highest electoral turnout rate in more than a century. At Thursday's rally in Tampa, Mr. Trump reveled in a new federal projection that the U.S. economy expanded at an unprecedented 33.1% annual rate in the most recent quarter, following a record 31% contraction in the previous 3 months during the coronavirus crash. Florida is a must-win for Mr. Trump, and a key opinion poll average shows him just 1.4 points behind Mr. Biden, which amounts to a statistical dead heat. At a 100-minute outdoor rally, Mr. Trump told thousands of people, many of them crowded together without masks, Joe Biden's plan is to deliver punishing coronavirus lockdowns. "He's going to lock you down." He added, "You will have a crippling depression the likes of which you've never seen if Sleepy Joe becomes your president." "Look, we were compared to Europe," noted the president. "Germany is doing so well, France is doing so well, everyone's doing so well." "No, they're not doing well." While emphasizing Europeans were allies, he continued, "They're spiking up big, they're shutting down, they're locking down. I disagree with that because we're never going to lock down again. We locked down, we understood the disease, and now we're open for business." The president was introduced by First Lady Melania Trump, making a rare appearance on the campaign trail. Her biggest applause line came when she said, "We are a country of hope, not a country of fear or weakness, and we have a leader who shows us that every single day." Biden. Trump has given up. In a 24-minute appearance, Mr. Biden spoke at a drive-in rally at a college in Broward County, north of Miami. "I do miss the opportunity to just wander in and shake hands with all of you, but we decided a while ago that we were going to try to be responsible," he said. He thanked attendees, many of whom remained in their cars to avoid possible spread of COVID-19, for wearing masks and practicing social distancing. Mr. Biden dismissed Mr. Trump's rally on the other side of the state as a superspreader event. "Donald Trump has given up," he said, "of the coronavirus pandemic. The U.S. is currently seeing a record rate of infection, and is nearing 9 million confirmed cases." Mr. Biden urged a national mask mandate, crying, "This is not a political statement, it's a patriotic duty, for God's sake." The Democrat said he would not lock down the country as president, though he did not rule it out at a debate last week. Mr. Biden described his rival as a person who knows the only way he can win is if he divides us on race, nationality, national origin, gender. He added, "Look, everybody knows who Donald Trump is. We got to show him who we are." Mr. Biden also pitched directly to Hispanic voters, as polls show Mr. Trump is making gains with Latinos, a vital voting bloc in Florida and other battleground states like Nevada. President Trump can't advance democracy and human rights for the Cuban people or the Venezuelan people, for that matter, when he has praised so many autocrats around the world, Mr. Biden said. Mr. Trump swiftly hit back on Twitter, saying, "Our opponents want to turn America into communist Cuba or socialist Venezuela.